We're here today with one of the top prospects in the 2023 draft class, Penn State cornerback Joey Porter Jr., who joins us on behalf of Old Spice. Check out walmart.com/School of Swagger and join Old Spice, Walmart, and Big Brothers Big Sisters in their commitment to ensuring no student drops out of high school due to a lack of confidence. Sign up to become a mentor today. Who was your mentor growing up?
My father, he was actually my mentor. He was a great person in my corner, teaching me all the things that I needed to learn to get to this position now.
There are some great photos out there of you wearing your dad's jersey at Super Bowl 40 in Detroit. How old were you then?
I think 5, going into 6. Yeah, I was 5 years old.
What do you remember from that? Is it just a blur? Are there moments that stand out? I don't remember what I went through when I was 5. What stands out to you?
Yeah, it was definitely a blur, but there was some key moments that I'll always remember. The halftime show for one, and also just going on the field with the confetti. I remember scooping all the confetti in my hat while they took us in the locker room, and everybody started to celebrate and stuff. So little stuff like that, I always remember.
I can't even remember who the halftime show was that year. Who was it?
Me either. I don't remember that, but I remember they gave us like a little flashlight at the combine that we all put in the air and waved when that person performed, and that's like the only thing I remember from that night.
Well, the halftime show this year was Rihanna, and I got a huge laugh earlier because I saw the clip of you answering the question. And
Yeah.
what the hell is Rihanna? Big forehead. Where'd that come from?
I was trying to win. I was just trying to win the game, and that's the first thing that came to my mind. But shoot, I got a big forehead, and she looks good with it. So
that was good. That was good. I needed that. It's one of those days where everything's busy and you need a good laugh. I got a hell of a laugh out of that. Now, I also it turned serious when it came to dog or cat, and you said cat. I got a problem with that. Why are you a cat?
With that. I got slandered for that, and I'm not even a cat person. I have a dog, so it's like I was just trying to win. That was the first thing on the card, so I just read it off and said, "Okay, cats."
Oh,
but
that's funny.
I'm a
You just
dog
want to get
person.
through the questions.
Yeah, I was just trying to get the highest score, but I'm a dog person for sure.
That's good. Well, we're going to get along then. My theory on cats is that your cat would kill you if it could. Your dog would never do that.
I told my friend that. I'm like, I swear I've seen a study where it's like when you're sleeping, cats are trying to kill you or they're thinking about it or some crazy thing like that. I don't trust cats. No.
All right, good. Well, I like you then. I already did, but I like you even more now. We're a day away from the big night. How you feeling?
Feeling good. It's finally here. I thought I would feel more nervous, but I'm really more like anxious. I feel like it's really gonna hit me though tomorrow morning when I wake up. I'm like, snap, today's the day.
How much of it is just, man, I want to get this over with. I want to know where I'm gonna be. I want to get there. I want to get this next phase started.
I think that's all what it is at this point. It's been a long process. It's been a long process. It was tough, but I was talking to my dad, and he was telling me this is a good problem to have. So definitely happy about it. But yeah, I'm ready for this thing to be over. I'm trying to play some football at this point.
Give me the one best piece of advice that Dad has given you about this next step.
I'll say he told me there's 2 things that can keep you on and off the field, and that's knowing your playbook and being healthy. So I'm gonna try to do my best to keep those 2 things high and stay on the field and know what I'm doing.
You think it's an edge for you that you were around it as a kid? You're not going to be intimidated by anything. You know how it feels. The guys in the NFL, coaches in the NFL, just makes it easier to make the transition.
Definitely, because I had somebody that did it on both sides of the ball. He played, and then he was also a coach in the NFL, so he sees both point of views. And yeah, I was blessed to have him in my corner.
You're in the family business, but you're not at the family position. You went to linebacker, and you play cornerback. Your dad's a linebacker. How did you end up gravitating toward defensive back?
I was never his size really. He was a little skinnier like me growing up, but he filled out in college. I didn't fill out like him, so I always wanted to be around the ball. I was a wide receiver at first, and I switched to DB, and ever since then it was perfect.
One of the things that caught my attention, Joey, and looking into your background, your mom's commitment to helping those with special needs, your sister with autism, and your own very strong interest and desire to help and support those who have those challenges. Tell me a little bit more about your passion for that and your interest in being involved in that capacity.
Yeah, I always had a passion for it since I was a young kid, and just growing up with my sister and being a little big brother. Um, it just taught me a way of life and not to treat people a certain type of way, and really just respect people. And growing up with my sister, it really taught me a lot of patience. So yeah.
So patience is going to be key tomorrow night when you're sitting there and the names are coming off and you're seeing guys get up and leave the green room. Where's the number that you have in mind as to when you're going to start really kind of like, is it now? Is it now? Is it now?
It's a wide range. All my people and everybody I've been hearing from is telling me it could go from like 7 to 17, or it might go from 7 to 20. So I'm ready for the moment, and any outcome happens, I'm just blessed to be in that situation, and I'm just ready to play.
17's interesting. 17's very interesting.
Very.
Now, you get to choose where you go to school. You get to choose when you leave. You exited early. You didn't play in the bowl game. We'll talk about that in a second, but you always have choice as a football player. Now you're stepping into an arena where you don't have choice, and maybe you'd like to have choice, like to play for the Steelers. Steelers have a need. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just do it? How do you deal with the fact that you got no control over the process at this point?
I really try to not think about it too much, because at the end of the day, like you said, I have no control. That's why I don't have a favorite. I don't have a top three that I think that's going to pick me, because at the end of the day, you will never know until that day happens and when those picks start flying. So I don't try to stress myself out too much with stuff I can't control.
And it's amazing how the game has changed in recent years, where people just understand the business decisions that players make. You're at the end of the road. You're ready to go to the NFL. There's one more game to play. You got to make a business decision. Everybody else is making business decisions. You made one too. Did you get any blowback from that at all?
No, not really, especially not from my teammates, because they understood what was going on. I just came off of appendix surgery not too long ago, toward the end of the season, and they know that I try to get back as much as possible. But I'm not going to put myself out there and have my team looking bad. I feel like I wouldn't help them out there. I would just help them back, because we have a strong room.
Was there a moment for you, Joey, where you realized, you know what, I'm going to be pretty good at this sport. I got a chance. I got a chance to make it to the NFL like my dad did.
Yeah, probably right when I put my pads on at 6 years old. I feel like I knew what it was. No, but I'll probably really say, and uh, there's always been like glimpse in my career from when I was 6 to now, where I was like, if I really take this serious, I could do it. And I'll probably say the real time I was like, I could go to the NFL was in high school. I scored 3 touchdowns in like one half, and I'm like, yeah, I could play in the league. I could do this.
You know, it's funny. You talk about putting the pads on when you were 6 and just knowing it. That confidence. I mean, I know you have to have the physical ability, but having that just inherent deep confidence, that makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Definitely. Especially with my position.
Well, because you have to, I mean, they talk all the time about how you have to have short memory, can't worry about what just happened. But, you know, it's one thing for people on the outside to say it. How do you compartmentalize if there's a bad play? How do you process just forgetting about it? Don't get down on yourself and just get back and get ready for the next snap.
Just really playing with high level athletes. You got to know that they're going to get some plays on you. You just can't let them get more plays on you than you get on them, and that's kind of mindset I go on. And it's like, okay, it's cool. He caught that pass. He's not going to catch another one, or I'm gonna get an interception next time they throw it over here. Just self talk to yourself, and really just repetition.
Dad wasn't quiet. He made his presence known. Are you like Dad in that regard? Do you talk a lot out there?
Yeah, I talk a lot out there. I feel like that's another part of the game that I enjoy and that I love. And yeah, that's what we do for real.
Do you sense at times when, you know, you maybe have the better of a matchup, and if you do start letting the guy hear it, that it does kind of affect him in a way that makes it even easier for you to do your job?
Yeah, definitely. Because how I look at it is like, if I talk trash, I'm gonna get him mad to a point where he's going to try his hardest, and when I beat him at his hardest, and he can't do anything, then he's shut down for the game. He want to fight, he want to do all this stuff. So I feel like once I get you to a point where you want to fight me, I want the battle.
Now, see, I don't know enough about whether I don't remember seeing any highlights of you getting into any fights. Have did you have guys take a swing at you on the field or anything like that?
Yeah, I had a couple guys take a swing on me, or a couple guys taking out the game just because they couldn't control their temper going against me, and I chalk that as a win in my book.
It's a win in your book that you've got the deal with Old Spice, Walmart, and also Big Brothers Big Sister. Tell us a little bit more about what you have going on, how people can support it.
Yeah, definitely. I really signed with them off of a mentorship. Like we talked about earlier, my dad was my mentor, and I was glad to have him in my corner. But not everybody's lucky to have somebody in their corner to really teach them and guide them. So that's why I partnered with Old Spice to get people aware of that, and they could sign up today at Old Spice School of Swagger.
You know, I just thought of it. We talked about pick number 17. Pick number 7 is the Raiders. I don't know that that would go over well in Pittsburgh if you ended up with the Raiders. Here's hoping.
You don't think so?
I know you want to be drafted as high as possible, and I don't know about the Raiders.
Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I have no clue. I have no idea. If they pick me, that'll be exciting. My whole family will be excited, but we'll never know.
Well, we wish you all the best. Congratulations on your success, and good luck tomorrow night. Can't wait to see where you end up.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.